Hey guys, welcome back to Caffeinated Comic Books. I am your host, King of Caffeine, Monarch of the Mocha, and Ruler of the Roast. And today we are getting into the next issue of Heroes in Crisis. Oh, Tom King, why the hell are you in comic books? Seriously, I'm convinced upon completion of this 5th issue that Tom King hates superheroes. At least the DC superheroes, because he doesn't know how to write them in a fun, enjoyable manner. And DC superheroes have kind of always been fun heroes. We're not talking about the DCEU dark and dreary universe. We're talking DC Comics characters. Colorful, fanciful, fun, endearing, charismatic, all sorts of positive qualities. We don't get any of that in this. We haven't thus far, and at this point, I can't really envision that changing as much as I would like it to. Now, I would rather be enjoying this event. I would rather be saying quite different things about this comic book. I'd rather say Tom King is doing a great job. I love this event. The art's gorgeous. That's the only thing that's actually true. Clayman is incredible. But that's just not the case. I'm not enjoying the event. It's not a fun event. Characters do not sound like themselves at all. And right off the bat, we have this 9-panel grid nonsense that has been driving me nuts since Jump Street with this event. Because it is, in my opinion, a complete and utter waste of an artist of Clayman's caliber's talent. This all looks virtually identical. I mean, look at this. This is pretty much copy and paste to here. We're just changing the speech bubbles. Why? And the dialogue, or rather monologue, within each of these panels, it's all very broken, and I get that the idea is to address mental and emotional trauma and physical trauma in superheroes. Great. Honestly, we don't need that. More people than not read comic books to enjoy them, to have fun, to have a little bit of an escapism. Maybe their work life or their home life or whatever, school life, is dreary and depressing and a pain in the ass. We should be able to escape to comic books and have fun for whatever, 15 minutes with a standard sized issue. But no, we have to spend 15 or more minutes with a pain in the ass like this. Again, the art is gorgeous. Clayman is fantastic. In this issue, we've got Booster Gold and Blue Beetle trying to scheme up a plan to solve the mystery of who killed everyone at Sanctuary. Now, I'm hard-pressed to believe that Booster Gold is actually capable of killing everyone at Sanctuary. Same with Harley Quinn. I don't see her being capable of it either. So I really don't know where Tom King's going with this. And I'm being given very little reason to care. That's the thing. It's funny. DC, on their official Facebook page, DC Comics, had a caption or a line when they were advertising for this issue earlier this last week. It said something to the effect of, sometimes the dumbest plan is the smartest move. When does that actually make sense? First of all. And secondly, DC, you know what the dumbest plan was? This. Heroes in Crisis is the dumbest plan. This is utter stupidity. This is complete unbridled antipathy for heroes that people love. And it showcases that. We've got Barbara, who looks God, she looks gorgeous. Clayman, you are so good at what you do. You make your male characters strapping and powerful, and you make your female characters utterly gorgeous and still muscular and strong looking. There's no denying that you should be on more books than you are. But Barbara's trying to get Batman to allow her to take Booster Gold's little droid, whatever it is, Skeeter, so that she can try and solve this on her end. And he gives her permission. He says, all right, take it, but let me know what you find. He's distracted right now because Wonder Woman and Superman are about to have a kind of a press conference about what just transpired in Sanctuary and address its existence, because Lois Lane was a meathead, I guess, and decided to leak its existence as well as what happened to the world. Just thought that was a good idea. It's not a good idea. But dialogue like this right here is what is driving me nuts in this book. Well, it's one of many things, I guess. She says, at my place, like 3 or 4 times here. I figured, but I already put together this whole system back at my place. It's a new way to reconfigure 24th century algorithms. Got it configured at my place. And if I could just get a second with Skeets at my place on this rig, we may find... Okay, we get it. You want to go to your place rather than being at Bruce's place. Tom King, you're not... Maybe you'd be okay if you went to, I don't know, write something more akin to a Tom Clancy novel, but you're not good at comic books. I'm sorry. This dialogue is just bad. You got Lois, who is acting very blasé for someone who just potentially caused a major problem in the superhero community. I don't understand what they're doing with Superman and with Lois right now, but that might be more on Bendis's end. He's an entirely different problem. Though, it's to his credit, Young Justice shows that he can actually write a fun comic book. Just nothing else he puts out is. But here you got Barbara talking to Skeeter, whatever it is. And he's telling her, well, Batman already questioned me. I told him I don't know anything, and I don't know where Booster Gold is. And she's like, yeah, no, I know that's what you said. That's what you told him, but I'm not buying it. So she calls in a friend, which her and Harley are best gal pals now. Now, this page right here, this was actually probably the most enjoyable page in the book. And by that, I mean the only enjoyable page in the book. So for one, I'll zoom out a little bit here. That is a great one full page of Harley Quinn. Again, Clayman makes his females look gorgeous. But not just that, but actually this little rhyme, this little ditty she's doing here was actually funny. And I could hear Harley Quinn, classic Harley Quinn's voice in my head as she was saying it. Here, Booster, with their dumb plan, decides to jump Barry freaking Allen, and somehow manages to actually knock him out. I don't know how that's possible. Barry Allen is one of the most powerful superheroes in the DC universe. But, I'm convinced Tom King doesn't really know much about comic books. Here we've got more 9-pin. Look, this is almost all identical. Oh, he's got his hand there now. His arm's jutting out a little bit that way. This is a waste. It's an utter waste. I don't know how anyone can actually care about this. If you do, please let me know in the comments. If you're actually enjoying this event, please let me know and tell me why, because I am not. I've got nothing against addressing mental and emotional trauma, physical trauma, and all of that, those are important things in real life. These are comic books, and just by way of them being fun escapism, that is addressing trauma for people to use it as a means of escapism. Here you've got Wundy and Big Blue beginning to tell the world, essentially, at this press release about Sanctuary, its purpose, why they should not be afraid of the fact that it exists. And in the speech that he gives here, and it narrates it over the next several panels, including the events that transpired at Sanctuary, where everybody there died. His narration is actually sensible here, and it sounds like something Superman would say. It sounds like it came out of a movie. And it works. The big, I guess, sort of reveal for this issue, though, is Booster finds something off with the body of Wally West. Now, full disclosure, I'm a big Wally West fan. My very first comic book ever, many moons ago, was Flash Zero, Edge of Tomorrow, illustrated by Mike Wieringo. Beautiful art. It was Wally West. It's when Wally West was the main Flash, and so he's been my Flash since then, and he's been my favorite DC character since then. And them bringing him back and then killing him just a year and a half, 2 years later, kind of has me a little on edge when I read this event. And I'm sticking with the event through its completion solely to see if this gets rectified. But that aside, Booster makes note that his time traveling, he's learned a lot of things, and he's able to spot a lot of anomalies when it comes to time travel related things. And he notes here, after describing what time travel police, who he refers to as prudes, how they are able to figure out how people kind of cheat the timeline and things. He notes that this Wally West body is something like 5 days older or something to that effect than it should be. It's meaning it has an older birth date or something like that. We're not told where this is going, obviously. Why would we? But that's kind of the big reveal here. And we've got, I can't show the rest, but it's more narration by Soups. And again, the narration is fine. This one little bit here, I'm annoyed with the whole gal pal thing between Harley and Barbara. I understand that they've both been hurt pretty heavily by the Joker, but there's not nearly enough prior context and history between the two of them for them to all of a sudden be buddies here. But that removed, the dialogue here is actually kind of funny, with Harley saying, I'm not going to, harm Booster when we find him. I'm just going to murder him. And Barbara says, that's the same thing. She says, what? Yeah, that's the same thing. She's like, wow, superheroing. Tell you learn something new every day. Well, Tom King, let me tell you something. You should learn about superheroing. You should learn about superheroes, because right now you don't know anything, or at least you are displaying a lack of understanding, an acute lack of understanding. The paper is why that thing keeps jetting up. That's annoying. You are showing such an acute lack of understanding of these characters in their dialogue, in their actions, even in the world in which they inhabit. I can't place final judgment until you wrap this up, whenever that is, with 5 of 9. Okay, so we've got another 4 months until this thing's done. Minimum. I'm holding out hope that by the end I'm going to say, okay, you know what? I started off not liking it. In the middle, I really, really didn't like it. But in the end, I wound up enjoying it in its totality. You know, given the context of, given forward context even. So given how I know the events to play out, now I can actually appreciate the earlier events. I honestly hope that's going to be the case. I don't see it happening because I don't trust Tom King any farther than I could throw him, which is to say not very far. Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know what you think of this event so far. I hate it. This is dumpster fire of cancerous chemicals is what this book is so far. Again, we're just over halfway through now, but should I really be hating a book halfway through it? I don't know. Hit the like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit the bell for notifications as well. And I will be back with another new comic book review later on because, honestly, I need a chaser.